back home now and I have to start work, but that morning was such a lovely, wholesome morning, and I really hope that this summer I can do more things like that. I know it sounds super simple, but I really want to get back to just enjoying simplicity and enjoying doing little errands and getting out and doing things on my own that don't just involve me like scrolling on my phone. I've seen a lot on social media about, like I started following these girls who post videos about doing things like it's the 90s or something, or going back to before all of us had cell phones and just doing like very simple things, or some other people who are just trying to do more activities, like return to activities they did when they were kids, you know, more crafty things, more creative things. I saw one girl basically saying like bringing back whimsy, like having a more whimsy summer. I feel like that really resonates with me. Like it's something I want to do and incorporate into my summer. So I did see some people say that they made a summer bucket list, and I started one. I don't want to overwhelm myself with too many tasks. I feel like this is a good place for me to enjoy some more of the simple things. Like this morning, I just went everywhere on my bike. I mean, mainly because we don't have a car here, but it was fun to just enjoy the outdoors. I wasn't listening to any music. I was just going, looking around, enjoying the scenery, and then also just like writing a birthday card. I haven't done that in forever. I mean, you don't get birthday cards anymore. It's so sad. When I was younger, I used to get birthday cards from friends and family. Now it just doesn't happen. So something so simple like that was just really fun and really sweet. I was like, wow, I haven't done this in a long time, and I know that it's gonna bring my dad so much joy. It's little, but I feel like I checked off some fun activities for today already. To get back to my summer bucket list, let's go through what I have so far. Like I said, it's very small and very simple. I didn't want to do anything that was too crazy. Like I want to make sure that it's still achievable, but it's still fun goals for this summer. So the first thing on this list is I do want to watch the sunrise here on the beach, and I think I'm going to try to do that tomorrow because with my jet lag, luckily I have been waking up pretty early. So I think it'll work in my favor because the sunrise is here around 6:20 a.m. This morning I woke up around 5:30, so it should be fine. It should be totally doable. Next goal is I want to crochet a bag or like a little purse. I already have in mind what I want to make. I want to do like a little shoulder bag or kind of like a tote type bag. It depends like how much time I have, how easy or difficult it is. I was crocheting a few months ago, and then I came back to Italy and then I didn't do anything, but I was, not that I didn't have time for it, I just had a lot going on, but I really enjoyed crocheting, and I really ideally want to be able to crochet bags and clothes and stuff. I only have crocheted like a little animal basically, or like a little creature, but I learned a lot of techniques. I just have to figure out how to put those into crocheting actual clothes or a bag. Next goal is to run 3 miles without stopping. I started running again, and when I say started running again, it's only been one time, but I can say that I started when I was back in Italy. I went for a run, but I obviously couldn't run very long for a long amount of time, which is so crazy to me because I used to be a runner in high school, middle school, high school, college. Like I was running all the time. I did track and field, I did cross country. And then when I was living in LA, I was that kind of person who would wake up before work, like before I went into the office at like 5 a.m. and go run like 5 miles on the beach. I used to do that. That used to be me. Stopped when I got my endometriosis diagnosis because my gynecologist was saying, yeah, probably running isn't the best for that, which is true. I did start getting a lot of like pain when I was running long distances, and I was like, what is happening? And then she was like, yeah, it could help. It could contribute to like the inflammation and stuff, which causes pain. And I was like, okay, that makes total sense, because whenever I would run more than like a mile or two, I would get so much pain in that area. And so she was like, yeah, I would probably not run anymore. So I stopped. And now that is more under control, and I feel so much better. That I kind of want to incorporate it again. I'm going to see how I feel, but I don't think I'm ever going to be running super long distances again. But I would still like to do probably maximum like 3 miles would be my goal, which doesn't sound like a lot. But like I said, I really don't want to push it because I just want to see how I feel, and I don't want to cause any problems with that. Because like I said, I've been doing really well and pretty much pain-free now, so don't want to make anything worse again. But I think it'll be fun to like work up to something, you know, get to, okay, I can run 1 mile without stopping, and 2 miles. So hopefully by the end of the summer, I can get to 3. My next goal is to grow a plant. My mom and I bought some seeds like cilantro and mint, maybe something else. Basically herbs and stuff that we want to grow outside. And normally we've just bought the plant already kind of started. Basically, like basil, we'll buy a basil plant. Last year we bought tomatoes and we got a few, but I really want to try to grow a plant from the little seed and just see how it grows. So I think it'll be fun. It's cute. Again, something simple and creative. Next on the list is do a new craft. I have been wanting to get back into crafts and stuff. I want to do maybe like paint by numbers, or my sister makes those little like clay things that you can turn into magnets. Stuff like that I just feel like is really fun. And I want to do something simple. Like I don't want to just sketch or paint freehand because I know I'm really bad at that and it's not enjoyable to me. Something where it's relatively straightforward and it's kind of hard to mess up because I'm not very talented, unfortunately, when it comes to drawing or sketching something, and I don't want to just make myself frustrated. I still want to at least enjoy it. So any sort of new crafty thing at some point. It doesn't need to become like a recurring hobby, but just once, maybe when my sister comes to visit, we can figure out something to do together. And then finally on my list, but again, this list could grow, I want to do a summer scrapbook because this was another thing I've seen on social media. I saw a girl who basically does scrapbook of different things throughout the summer, like whether you get tickets, you know, to go in somewhere, like a little Polaroid picture that you took with a friend or whatever, flowers that you press and then put in there, a wristband to get into, like any sort of thing that is an object you could put in a little book, and that way you have a little summer scrapbook. I think this would be fun to do because again, it's simple, but I always love looking back on memories, and I used to really be into journaling. I have a ton of journals from when I was a kid, and it's so fun to read those and look back at those memories. But unfortunately, I kind of got out of journaling recently. I haven't journaled. Even though I try to start it up again, I just can't get back into it. But I feel like this would be a fun way to kind of start journaling, a way to look back on the memories of the summer, especially because my boyfriend and I are going to do a trip, another road trip in California this summer, and I feel like that will be super good to add a bunch of things to that summer scrapbook. I feel like it'd be fun, get a little scrapbook, and then right next to it, some memory related to that object or, you know, a date, time, what we did. That is the summer bucket list so far. Like I said, I can always add more to it. It's lunchtime. I'm going to have my leftover pad thai that I got yesterday. Chicken pad thai that I got yesterday from the best little Thai food truck down the street. I don't think I have that much because I honestly ate most of it last night. It's so good, but I have, yeah, just a little bit. And then I think I also might just make a little salad. And then yesterday, I only ordered the chicken pad thai, but it came with this little bag and I was like, what is this? And they gave me free little spring rolls or egg rolls or whatever. And I was like, did they mess up my order? But there weren't that many people, and I actually went there to pick it up and they handed it to me, and the guy was like, oh, like order 77 chicken pad thai, right? And I was like, yeah, thank you. But I could see at the top there was this little bag. So I was like, oh, maybe it's just like a thing of spices or something. So I feel like it was intentional. I don't think it was a mistake. They are super sweet there. So I do kind of feel like they threw this in for me because I just ordered one thing and I was by myself. And maybe they're like, this poor lonely girl. So that was so sweet. So I'm gonna heat this up and take my little lunch break. I just got done filming some UGC videos for a work project. I work for this company where I do occasional videos for them, and they sent me through 3 that I have to get done by Monday. And of course, whenever I agree to do these videos, I'm like, yeah, great, you know, I always want more work. But then when I actually have to film them, I'm always like, why did I agree to do this many? Also, the lighting never cooperates with me. Like, I swear, this whole day was sunny, perfect lighting. Now it's like overcast and cloudy. I wanted to shoot earlier, but I was on a call with my boyfriend for like an hour. We did a video call, which is totally fine. I want to be able to talk with him. But now with the time difference, if we do a call, usually for me, it's around lunchtime or right after, because for him, that's like nighttime. At first I was like, I'm just not going to film today. I'll do it tomorrow. But I also hate procrastinating because I end up shooting like a ton of videos the day they're due. I don't want to do that. But it frustrates me so much because I ran upstairs to do my makeup really quick because it was sunny. And then of course, when I come sit down here, it gets cloudy again. So it gets dark, which is not great lighting for video, and the cicadas just out of nowhere start up. I'm like, I swear it's like the universe knows that I need to film a video and it just sends all of this stuff to make it just impossible. Also frustrating because now it's cloudy and I still haven't gone for my beach walk, but it should be fine. I still have some more work to do, but it's fine. I mean, I can finish a little bit more after my walk, but I think I should get out before it rains or storms come. I don't know, I have to check the weather. Here in Florida, you really never know. Like, you really can't trust the weather forecast because it'll say one thing and then be completely opposite. But thunderstorms are very frequent here in the afternoons, and they will come for like, it could be anywhere from like 15 minutes, it's a downpour, or an hour or two, and then they just disappear. So I can't really see any super dark clouds, and I haven't heard any thunder, so I think it's just overcast. But I could get down there and it could change in a second and all these dark storm clouds could roll in. Like, that's just what it's like living here. I mean, it's kind of fun, but for me, as someone who wants to get out and go for a walk, I'm like, please, please don't have any storms right now. Later tonight, that's fine. Thunderstorms at night are fun. So I did not go on a walk on the beach. I ended up looking at the weather. It looked just not fun. It was just like muggy and gray, and then I looked at the beach cams and the tide was already pretty far up and there's still some seaweed out there, and I was just like, I'm not really feeling it. And I also had some work to get done, which I didn't even finish as much as I should have. But anyways, now it's 5:30 on a Friday night, so you know what that means. Margarita time. Yeah, I just kind of gave up. I'm just really tired. I'm still jet lagged, so I get tired much earlier in the night, so I have to make dinner earlier. Otherwise, I'm just like I'm not gonna last until like past 8 p.m. So I figured I would just start making dinner and maybe do a little bit of work tomorrow, even though it's Saturday. My schedule is just so messed up, but I knew if I would try to force myself to keep working, I just wouldn't want to. So anyways, now it's time to make a margarita. Love margaritas, and you can never really get a good margarita in Italy. Sorry, but that's just never had a good one there. And I like to do the whole thing when I'm here. So like, I put salt on the rim of this glass. Also, look at how cute this little glass is. Has like, I don't know if you can really see, has like little shells and starfish and little cute stuff. I mean, my mom has the cutest stuff in this house. So yeah, I go all out. Like, I take my margaritas very seriously, and I say very seriously, but I use I use this mix. But you know what? This is good. This is a good margarita mix, and it is 10 times better than any margarita you'll get in Italy. So I'm jumping ahead of myself here. Let me cut up a little lime, because guys, the margaritas in Italy, I don't know what it is, but my American friends and I, we laugh about this all the time. One thing that they do, they always will serve a margarita in like a martini glass, basically. Oh my God, So already right there, wrong. They will not put any ice in it. Wrong again. A margarita needs to have ice. I mean, I guess not, because they ask if you want it on the rocks, but who doesn't want it on the rocks? Like, you want an icy cold margarita. They also like won't put any sort of sweetener. Not like I don't like super sweet margaritas. Like, people who put orange juice in their margaritas, also wrong. Wild when people do that, but so that's gross to me. But I don't like a super sweet margarita, but they will do, it tastes like it's just like tequila and lime juice, and that's it. But like, you should also be putting in like an orange liqueur, like Cointreau or whatever it's called. Cointreau, I have no idea. Triple sec, whatever. But there's like, it usually does not taste good. And again, it comes in a little martini thing, and it's like you're sipping it, and I'm like, this is not a margarita. So I've never had a good margarita there, and it's just, they're very few and far between. I mean, I love a good Aperol Spritz, but after a while, I'm like, that's the biggest thing. Ooh, look at that. That turned out good. That's the biggest thing I miss in Italy is Mexican food in general. There's just not a lot of good places, and if there are some places, they're usually not great. There is a new place in Bologna that I heard about that I really want to try. I have hopes for that place, but for the most part, I went to a place one time and I ordered a burrito, and there was mayonnaise in it. Mayonnaise in a burrito. So unfortunately, when you're there, you cannot get a lot of good Mexican food. So when I'm here in the US, I'm eating all the Mexican food all the time. Especially being from Arizona, you can get such good Mexican food. And then I'll be going to California, Los Angeles, great Mexican food. I can't live without it. Okay.
2 shots of vodka.
Ooh, also, if you have tahini, you can put a little tahini on the rim instead of like tahini. If you go to a place, a restaurant, and they ask, you know, do you want salt or tahini on the tahini? It's the best. So usually I would do tahini. If you like a little spicy, like a spicy margarita with tahini on the rim. If you don't know what tahini is, you gotta try it. Okay, wait, I gotta shake this up. I hope you're enjoying this margaritas with Shea, because I love to have a little something to sip on while I cook. Not all the time, obviously, but it's a Friday, it's a weekend, I wanna have some fun. But you know, when you're cooking, and like if I'm in Italy, sometimes if I'm cooking, I wanna have like a little glass of wine before dinner while I'm cooking. It just, you know, sometimes the cooking process takes a long time and you need a lot of patience. So sometimes you just want to relax, enjoy the process, put on some music, sip a little wine. It just makes it more fun. So I'm making a little margarita because tonight my dinner is kind of themed like Mexican food, kind of like a taco bowl type thing. I'm doing like a Mexican street corn chicken bowl. So I figured that would pair well with a margarita. Okay, oh, no. I like to squeeze a little more lime juice directly in there if I can. If I can squeeze this lime, there we go. And then just put the whole lime in there to get that extra flavor, and it's ready. I needed that. I needed that. Now I am ready to make this dinner. Okay, this is the final product. There's rice at the bottom, like a cilantro lime rice, and then I have the grilled chicken. This is like an elote corn dip kind of thing that I made, and then bell pepper, some black beans, avocado, and this is my little dinner bowl. Buon appetito. Am I not supposed to come back to the apartment? Okay, so it's actually a few hours later. I left the beach to get some lunch and also was so hot. It was one of those days where there was barely any wind. So when you have like 90 degrees and humidity, I mean, my weather app was telling me that it was around 91, 92, but it said the feels like temperature was 105. which I totally believe because I was sweating. I was super red. I was like, I am suffocating, so I need to leave. The water was really refreshing, but it just, if you're sitting on the beach and then there's the heat from the sand and there's no breeze, it's kind of miserable. So decided to come back, get some lunch, had some leftovers from yesterday, and then just hung out a little bit. I was just watching some shows. I was working on editing a YouTube video that I want to post next week, but it'll be before this one, so it'll already be up by the time this video is up. And then I'm hearing some thunder, which I love. Actually, I love like a summer rainstorm. I think I'm just gonna get cozy. I'm feeling super tired after waking up early today. I think I just need to take it easy because I've already done a lot today and this day just seems like never ending because I woke up so early. So I think I'm just gonna watch a movie. I do want to paint my nails and just kind of hang out and relax. Let's figure out the nail color. We are pretty limited here. My mom and I don't have a lot of nail colors at this house. I think this one I've done for a pedicure before and it's fun. Oh yeah, this is Cajun shrimp. It's just like a pinky, reddish, really fun summery color. So I think I'm gonna do that because yeah, like I said, our options here are very limited because this is just like some more neutral pink. Are these the same color? Oh yeah, they are. Okay, so my mom has 2 of these. Must be a favorite. Okay, I'm gonna need a top coat. Dang, I should have gotten some more colors when I was in CVS the other day. Oh well, this is my only option, basically. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Dinner is ready. I was gonna take some videos of me actually preparing this, but I was on the phone with my mom, so I just did it while I was talking with her. This is salmon. It looks like chicken, but it's a piece of salmon that I did on the George Foreman. Love a George Foreman. And then I just have these roasted veggies that I did in the oven. I'm gonna put some feta cheese on top and then use this avocado green goddess dressing. Usually I like a cilantro lime kind of dressing, but I don't know, I saw that at the grocery store and I thought that was good. And look at the new nails. They look really good from afar, but don't look at them close up. For tonight's beverage, we're just gonna do this seltzer water, raspberry lime. I love a flavored seltzer water. I love LaCroix. I wish they had them in Italy. I don't know, I'm not a soda person, but sparkling water with a hint of a flavor, you know, not something too sugary. It's just, I love it. So we're gonna put that over ice, maybe put a little wedge of lime in it, make it fancy. So good, so refreshing. And here she is, the final product. I wanted to put an avocado on top, but unfortunately none of these are ready. Even though they look like dark enough, they should be ready, they're not. So no avocado to put on top, but that would have been just perfect. Guys, I literally just wanted to film me pouring in this sparkling water into this cup for like a little ASMR moment, and I did the whole thing and I realized that I was not recording. So you missed that. It would have been beautiful. I can kind of try it